Hello and welcome to another episode of Baldur's Gate 3. Let us just get in. We're currently in our way to open the sealed door.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Mrs. Portman, you'll see it. Lost disease, everything.
Inscribed on shaft.
I'm so tired. It'll be over soon. I can race soon.
Here goes nothing.
Tonight he ascends. Tonight we shall see his true form.
The door remains sealed, with naught to see but strange writing and a small hollow. Looking closer, you recognize the writing. It's the same Kozakuran script from the dictionary you found. The ring slots perfectly into place, and the door swings open.
Everything must be clean. Everything must be perfect.
What are you all? You can't be here. No one in, no one out. But most important, no witnesses.
Jimmy on the go.
I will ascend. Concentrate.
Still breathing, despite everything. blood comes easy these days.
Swift and lethal. Can't give up.
I can't even catch my breath.
Time to strike. Ready.
Where do I go from here?
Poor fucker.
Still alive, so that's progress. Time to press ahead.
Did you want something? If not, I'm perfectly happy to just gaze upon you a while.
Open up.
Battle has taken its toll. I should rest.
curse to put my hands on everything. What's hiding here?
A long way to go still.
At least things have stayed interesting. Moving ahead.
I'm ready. Better get to it. I'll go this way.
Can't give up now. One day I'll catch a break. Better not be cursed.
Stand on a clean metal platform, a beautiful but antiquated elevator. There are some scuffs to show its age, signs of things dragged onto it over the years, but it seems to be in good working order.
So before we continue, let us... Can I go rest here? Oh, kind of fast travel, okay, fair. That would have been too easy.
Just like the door to the ballroom upstairs, this door features no keyhole, but does have an indentation for a signet ring. The ring slots perfectly into place, and the door opens, assailing you with pungent, musty air.
Just try to hold on, all right?
Hollow-eyed faces stare out of the cells. Some meet your eyes, but most look away. There's an almost physical stink of decay and neglect.
Please. What are you? Sebastian. I was, I'm not sure. It was all so long ago. The last thing I remember, I was drinking with a pale, beautiful elf. We laughed. We kissed. We stumbled back to this palace and then it gets so dark. I woke up here. Like this.
Under the grime, you can see how pale he is. You can see the hunger in his eyes, in all of their eyes. Each one is an emaciated, starving vampire spawn. More than that, you can see that each prisoner is marked with a scar, a rune carved into their flesh.
You can't. It's not possible. His stuff. It controls everything down here. But he never sets it down. You'll never get it. And then, what happens to us? Free from this nightmare. It doesn't feel possible. Whatever you do, just do it quickly. I can't go on like this.
Now, this is unexpected. You who follow on the heels of our poor lost son. Has he sent you here to parley on his behalf, hmm? Will he not even speak to his own family? You would turn on him? How delightfully treacherous. Very well. I give you one chance. Return with my wayward boy, and perhaps I will let you live.
But cross me, and I promise I will deliver you an eternity of suffering.
I hope we understand each other. Now go.
I have worked too long on this ritual to have that brat spoiled.
Watch this!
time to waste. Can't afford to let up.
Never a dull moment. With haste. Well, so much for peace. Shouldn't have made me your enemy. Best be on my way.
The great vampire lord looks peaceful, recovering in his coffin. There is no trace of the fury that you fought against.
Consummatum est. Ego cecidi.
The vampire lord is no more, but his legacy remains. What to do with the thousands of vampire spawn he created?
7,000 vampire spawns unleashed on the Sword Coast. It'll be a well-dressed flood of mayhem at least.
Nothing remains now. Cazador and his machinations are naught but dust.
Let's see what this does. I should speak up.
Hold there. Didn't expect to see anyone with a pulse coming out of that dungeon. My name's Ulmer. My people are monster hunters, but the vampire Cazador made us his prey. He attacked us, stole our children, and left our tribe shattered. The few of us that survived came here looking for revenge. But what do we find instead? You, who destroyed the vampire lord, but released thousands of his spawn. Why? What madness possessed you? I understand. Although, I wonder how many other innocents will die for your mercy. But you were given an impossible choice. Who's to say what path was right? We will make it our duty to find the spawn that escaped into the Underdark, especially our children. I pray they can resist the urges of their new nature, but we shall see. As for your pale companion, we will hunt him no longer, unless he gives us cause to. You have my people's thanks. There will be dark times ahead for us all, but we will stand with you as best we can. Until then, go in peace.
The elevator lies ready to carry you back up to the palace.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice, adjudicators of diabolical contracts and bargains.
Holy hells.
You do not call upon the sisters. They come when the hells demand witness.
Your parasite links with Will's, and your memories flow into him. He sees his father's flight from Worm's Rock, and hears Mizora's words to you.
Shit. Where did Gortash send my father? How do I save him?
Sisters.
Oh boy. He's dead.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. Yet no contract is ended without sacrifice, Will. The cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I raise your father from the dead, and you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact, and you are freed from your duty. Your father remains dead, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
It's not worth the price.
think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Will gave up his father to have freedom. An understandable decision. Sacrifices must be made after all. Especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise. Don't look at me like that. I know what you're going to say. The answer is no. No. Good. I wouldn't have anyway. If we master the temples, it will be different. But right now, that mastery depends on an Illithid and its Githyanki's slave. I'm not going to submit to this. Don't ask me again.
It is splendid to see you again, my friend. If you hadn't saved me from that mob, I'd be penning a guide to the afterlife based on first-hand experience. Perhaps you would hazard a guess as to why the mob turned on me? Quite right. But it is not Orin herself who has marked me for death. It is her dread master. The Lord of Murder has returned. As he did 100 years ago, Baal has set his accursed sights on Baldur's Gate. And his temple runs red with the blood of the innocent. Orin is his chosen. And like Sarevok before her, she is able to take on the savage form of the Slayer. If the Slayer is not stopped, it will slaughter every living thing in this city. As one of those things, I'm particularly eager to stop it. And there is a way. I have a study of the beast, penned by the wizard Irenicus himself. It contains all the knowledge needed to slay the Slayer. Now I just need a brave adventurer, willing to face Baal's chosen, and to put the knowledge into practice. Wonderful! I can scarcely think of anyone more suitable. It will serve you well. A study of the Slayer, penned by John Irenicus. It's one of a kind, so do try to keep it away from the inevitable bloodbath, I am a living witness to Baal's defeat those 100 years ago. So I know your battle against him is not futile. He can be stopped, but not all of those who stood against him survived. And those who did were never the same again. I wish you luck, my friend. And I hope that when I see you again, you'll be in one piece. 2 or 3 at most.
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer. Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory. Moon Maiden Selûne, hear me. Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Merkel, is dead at last. my mate most high. Darling Isabel is safe and well. Safe and well, and returned to my embrace. Blessings upon the slayer of the Wicked One. We are a powerful party indeed. Faerun itself trembles at our touch. My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. I am pleased to hear it. I am free from my bonds, but not my duty. The dead 3 are risen. The dead 2 remain. You must face them. I will help.
Keeping very well, I hope? Look after my angel, of course. She's been through more than I can bear to think about. 100 years in the Shadowfell. 100 years being murdered by Sharans over and over. It fills me with a rage I can hardly contain. She's a formidable woman, my Aelin. But no one could escape such horrors unscathed. She's in my hands now, and I intend to help her through whatever's to come. We'll both of us stand by you when the time comes to put down the horror that threatens this city. We are your allies, for life.
My father gone. I can hardly believe it.
I thought the Absolute would have use for him. A general, a figurehead, something.
Why infect and imprison him, only to kill him? I don't understand. To see my father laying there, lifeless. I will make Gortash pay. I will make Orin pay. And I will make that godforsaken Elderbrain pay. Grand Duke Ulder Ravengard will be avenged. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim, I asked Father later. No, he said, a stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. Nonsense. Stelmane was no less worthy of life or success because she was disabled. Her death is no blessing. It is a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control,
you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as Father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it. Yes, and at a great cost, partial ceremorphosis. I won't begrudge you your choice. As for me, though, I'm not ready. I might never be. Thank you.
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. I beg your forgiveness for such undue impertinence. From now on, I promise him the same measure of respect he's shown his father. Oh, I almost forgot. Will sold his father's life for his freedom. My mistake. Just because he's not my pet doesn't mean he's not useful. The absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise, and you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched. Oh, you are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead three in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious. Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what, when the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
How did you? Oh, it's you. I must have let my mind wander. Enough for you to wander in. Forgive me. I am drained. Ever since you killed Ketherick and took his netherstone, the Chosen's control of the brain has been brittle. It's rebelling against Orin and Gortash, fiercely. I suspected that when we took Ketherick's stone, the brain would begin to break free. Those brainquakes confirm that my suspicion was correct. I do not know what happens now when it receives their orders, and I do not dare guess.
You feel the Emperor's fear as if it were your own. An elder brain enslaved is one thing. An elder brain unleashed will be the end of everything.
Beautiful, isn't it? The mighty Prince Orpheus, contained in submissive slumber. Come. You may as well sit a while, now that you are here. Your company isn't unwelcome. An accurate summary. I have found myself distracted of late. I'm haunted by memories. They are relentless. I can think of nothing. No one else. Duke Stelmane, or Belin, as I knew her. I wasn't ready for her death. You thought you were my first ally. Far from it. I have long sought the allyship of others. It is the only way to succeed. Though my relationship with Belin was different from my relationship with you. In life, she was my business partner, back when we ran the Knights of the Shield. A difficult task for a mind flayer. Duke Stelmane trusted me, and the city trusted her. I conceived the plot, but Belin took center stage. It was she who met with the merchants, politicians, and patriarchs. It was she who negotiated deals and signed off on agreements. Her rooms played host to the most important conversations in the city. Together, we brought order to chaos. At its height, everything that happened in that city went through the shield. Through us. I could not have done any of it without her. Just as I cannot do any of this without you. But now, she is gone. I appreciate your understanding. What I feel is deeper than superficial cures can reach. And not entirely unwelcome. Most people think that mind flayers are soulless husks who feel nothing. I am glad you are not most people. Another quake. The brain is rebelling again. I need to focus. And so do you.
waiting. I see it, sweetie. Oh, stand up. You're slouching. Stories! Stories! Make it bigger! The printing block is so hot. Scandal! Vandal!
He's not been near a razor in months.
There you are. I was wondering where you'd run off to. Well, two things. Good news and bad news.
Ew, no! Good news, please, my good man.
I only need one more piece of infernal iron to craft an insulating chamber that can make it possible for Karlek to...
Touch people!
Exactly!
Oh my god. It's really happening. It's been so long. We've got the iron. Let's do this thing!
Hang on! I think you'll want to hear the bad news too.
Yeah, sure. But first, fix me. Please. Fine. Well, go on then.
I don't enjoy saying this, Karlek, but there's no two ways about it. Your engine is going to blow and I can't fix it. I'm not sure anyone can. It's simply too hot to exist here in the material plane. Unless you return to Avernus, for good, this thing is going to blow. Sooner rather than later.
But still, you can give me something that'll let me touch again, right? Safely.
Yes, but...
That's all I need to know. Do it. Please.
Well, all right. This shouldn't take long. Same as last time. You'll need to install it yourself. This should do the trick.
There. So did it work?
Only one way to find out.
Thank you. I can't believe it. Thank you, Danon. Thank you so much.
It's the least I could do. Before you go, there's something I need to tell you. That engine of yours, it's contained for the moment, but it's just too hot to exist here in the material plane indefinitely. I know you know that, but the thing is, there's a cure. I wasn't making any headway with the mechanics, none at all. The environment here is just too cold to sustain metals like the ones inside you. You have to return to Avernus. For good. Or this thing is going to burn you up from the inside out. And sooner than you think.
The minute I set foot back in Avernus, Zarya will force me back into service. I'm not doing her bidding again. I'd rather die.
I get that, but don't rule it out. The world just might be better with you in it. Even in Avernus. I won't stop trying to figure out a cure, but... at this point, I think we all have to face the inevitable.
You read my mind. Thanks, Damon. Really. You've given me more than I could ever repay.
It's been my pleasure. Good luck, both of you. Look after yourself, all right?
Alright. And with this, I'm ending this episode, and I wish you all a good day and goodbye.